This is the 33 News at 5:30.
Police arrested 2 juveniles last night in the death of Eric Forrester, charging them with capital murder. Plus, a man who was also questioned in the murder investigation is speaking out. It could have been history in the making. Instead, the twofer at Texas Motor Speedway was postponed again because of rain. But that didn't stop fans from showing up in hopes of seeing 2 races back to back. Coming up on the 33 News at 5:30, watch yourself at your next happy hour. Your friends could be making you drink more. A fire-safe cigarette looks a lot like any other cigarette on the inside. It's on the outside where things have changed a little bit. Now, cigarettes are covered in several bands of less porous paper. So when left unattended, a cigarette will burn down and hit one of these speed bumps and extinguish.
Well, as you walk into Quick Trip Park, the mood is kind of a baseball game mood. But the truth is, it's not a baseball game. It is a political rally, a Tea Party rally. And it's just one of many that are occurring across Texas today.
Special presentation from the University of North Texas. The race to the governor's mansion starts now.
Very busy here in the newsroom. We've got some early numbers. We don't have a whole lot from Denton County, but let's check with the governor stuff first. Perry, incumbent Republican Governor Perry is in the lead. Here in the newsroom, things are really busy. We've got a lot of numbers coming in. I'm trying to crunch the numbers as best we can. Commissioner of Agriculture, that's kind of a popular race because it's got Kinky in it. Kinky Friedman, who himself ran for governor just a few short years ago. Kinky Friedman is trailing with 44%, and Hank Gilbert is in the lead with 56%. Thanks, Kelsey. Well, it's a battle that's been waged for years now here in Denton, the battle over Fry Street. After the controversial purchase of the property in 2006 by United Equities, the company failed to develop the land. Now the question is just what's going on with that vacant city block? Well, the Houston-based Dinerstein company has presented Denton with a solution. Here on Fry Street, where the Flying Tomato restaurant once stood in its heyday, now green grass grows behind a chain-link fence. But that may not last long. The Dinerstein company has proposed a $30 million project that includes retail space on the bottom and residential living space above. So far, the response in the community has been mostly cautious, yet positive.
It'll be expensive to live and expensive to shop. Sure, but it's better than a field.
The Dinerstein company has made several modifications to their proposal to better suit the needs of the community. New Fry Street restaurant Crooked Crust Pizza is welcoming the development with open arms.
Yeah, I think it's going to be real good for business. Going to be some more people in and out of town and around the area, right next to the college and everything.
Dinerstein's latest proposal to the city of Denton includes 194 apartment units and 9,700 square feet of retail space that will be occupied by local businesses, not national ones. Even though Denton City Council members raised no major objections to the new plans, mayoral candidate Bob Clifton has started a grassroots campaign to turn the block into a city park. So the battle for Fry Street wages on. Back to you, Kelsey.
Time now for Campus Eye View. The 33 News features the work of broadcast journalism students at local universities. This month, it's UNT, where things are different for smokers now, whether they like it or not.
In the past few months, smokers in Texas have been buying cigarettes that are a little different. They're fire-safe cigarettes.
We've been 3 months within the regulatory authority of this statute, which requires that all cigarettes in the state of Texas be compliant with the fire-compliant cigarettes.
Gonzalez says the word compliant is often used because no lit cigarette can truly be considered safe against starting fires.
Anything that's lit, specifically, a cigarette or kind of a smoking tobacco product, can cause fire regardless if it is compliant with the statutes.
A fire-safe cigarette looks a lot like any other cigarette on the inside. It's on the outside where things have changed a little bit. Now, cigarettes are covered in several bands of less porous paper. So when left unattended, a cigarette will burn down and hit one of these speed bumps and extinguish. Not everyone is excited about fire-safe cigarettes. Naturally, one group in particular has strong opinions on them: smokers.
Cigarettes just taste different to me. They taste bad when they go out and you relight them.
Casey Claiborne, the 33 News.
8-Track Museum opens tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
What's that? The 8-Track Museum? Well, that's what he said, and it's no joke. The 8-Track Museum opened in downtown Denton earlier this month, and it's getting an awful lot of attention. Museum curator Bucks Burnett says the purpose of his collection is clear.
No, I always knew exactly what I was trying to do. Buy every last remaining 8-track on Earth.
Burnett's love of the 8-track began in 1988 when he found a rare copy of the Beatles' White Album, ironically packaged in a black slipcase.
About a day later, I thought, wait a minute, I like the Beatles. This 8-track's kind of cool. I wonder how long it would take to buy every single Beatles 8-track and have like a big, complete stack of Beatle 8-tracks. This was pre-eBay. It took 5 years.
The 8-track, nestled in music history in between vinyl and the cassette tape, lasted from 1965 to 1988. But a revived interest in nostalgic music formats is putting 8-tracks back on the map.
This 8-track's about 6 months old. Cheap Trick. Their newest album, which is called The Latest.
So with brand new 8-tracks being produced, Burnett is hoping to stop people from throwing out those old 8-tracks and enjoy them as art. According to Burnett, not only is this the first 8-track museum, but also the only 8-track museum in the world.
I Googled it.
Casey Claiborne, the 33 News.
Well, the weather was fantastic earlier today, but the National Weather Service warns that weather may get very bad tonight. Weather forecasters say a cold front moving in this evening is expected to bring large hail and damaging winds.
It was pretty hot. You kind of needed a swimming pool today. But let's check with our very own Matt Farrell to see what the weather's going to be like for the rest of the day. I think Matt is hanging out somewhere outside. Matt?
Well, I got a bird's eye view of the...
Thanks, Matt. And be careful coming down from that tree. You've still got to do our 5-day forecast. Not only are more and more people being drawn to Texas, so are wild hogs. Missouri City, Texas has been overrun by these undomesticated swine and has many Missouri City citizens gone, well, wild. These glutinous boars are tearing up land in search of buried acorns and pretty much whatever else they can find all throughout the city. Larry Watts of Missouri City says the hogs have been uprooting his yard.
If you take a flashlight with you, you might see there suddenly a lot of red beads. They're little eyes that reflect the light.
Local game wardens are doing everything they can to gain control of the situation. Anything from trapping these hogs to even giving them birth control.
Shouldn't we just all get along and share? I mean,
I guess sometimes you just can't mix money and family.
I mean, you'd split the money with me, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, what would you buy with all that?
Exactly.
You don't need it.
Thanks for joining us on NCTV Nightly News.